ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा महिं धरति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणललितं श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते उत्ताकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। I welcome you all to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures that we are in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 13, Nature, the Enjoyer, the Consciousness. So, I would like to give a short intro into Bhagavad Gita, the book that at least once we would have heard about it in our lifetime. And this chapter is particularly very important because for people who like to understand very deeply and in detail about who am I, yeah, and where we are, and what is this nature, and who is uh, the person behind this complete creation that we are seeing, and even our own self. Are we independent or we part and parcel of? Uh, and all these things, if we want to understand, unfortunately, there is no um, university that is teaching us, especially this kind of science. Very, very few. Yeah, for example, Bhaktivedanta College or Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education. So these, which are actually the roots are from our Sanatan Dharma, they are present. But if we talk about MIT, Harvard, and all these other universities, they are trying to understand this, but the way they want to understand is not as a whole and soul on the basis of Bhagavad Gita. They want to understand still with some empirical way of analysis and or some metaphysics or different kinds of branches or whatever they cannot understand, they categorize it as a special um area of research. But all these ways we cannot find out. Just like if if we want to know the source of something, the best is to ask the owner of the source. Mm. Rather, we found if we are envious or if we feel like, oh, it is so low to ask the Lord. Come on, science has advanced so much that we should be able to find all the ways through the means of science. No, I don't want to go to the Lord and ask Him. I don't want to understand what the Lord has said. Then, good luck. Mm. But the easiest way is to take shelter of Vedas and Upanishads. And Gita is also, Bhagavad Gita is also called Gita Upanishad. It is going to give us that details through which we can navigate through this understanding uh, wherever we can still benefit. If we would have already read Bhagavad Gita, still we can benefit. If we have not yet started, still we can benefit. So this Bhagavad Gita is such an incredible guide that lives with us. It's not just a book of pages, text, verses, and no, it's a living guide through which we can live our life to success. With that, let's start reading through the verses of this chapter, verse number 6, 7, Yeah, I don't know if Sindhu Mataji, you are there? No. I saw Divya Mataji was in the.
Yes, Guruji.
Would you like to read this from sixth and seventh? Read the translation. Yeah, you can either read the translation Sanskrit here and then proceed, whatever you prefer.
Okay. So, please excuse me if my pronunciations are wrong.
No, no worries. No worries.
Okay. महाभूतान महाभूतान्य अहंकारो बुद्धिर अव्यक्तम एवाच इंद्रियाणि दश दश दशैकं च पंचसेन्द्रिया गोचरः इच्छा द्वेष सुखम दुखम संगताश्चेतना धृता एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविक्रम उद्धर्तम्. The five the five great elements: false ego, intelligence, the unmanifested, the ten senses and the mind, the five sense objects, desire, hatred, happiness, distress, the aggregate, the life symptoms, and the convictions. All these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interactions. From all the authoritative statements of the great sages, the Vedic hymns, and the aphorisms of the Vedanta Sutra, the components of this world can be understood as follows. First, there are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. These are the five great elements, Mahabhuta. Then there are false ego, intelligence, and the unmanifested states of the three modes of nature. Then there are five senses for acquiring knowledge: the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Then five working senses: voice, legs, hands, anus, and genitals. Then above the senses there is the mind, which is within and which can be called the sense within. Therefore, including the mind, there are 11 senses together. Then there are the five objects of the senses: smell, taste, form, touch, and sound. Now, the aggregate of these 24 elements is called the field of activity. If one makes an analytical study of these 24 subjects, then he can very well understand the field of activity. Then there are desire, hatred, happiness, and distress, which are interactions, representations of the five great elements in the gross body. The living symptoms, represented by consciousness and convictions, are the manifestation of the subtle body, mind, ego, and intelligence. These subtle elements are included within the field of activities. The five great elements are a gross representation of the false ego, which in turn represents the primal stage of false ego, technically called the materialistic conception or tamasa buddhi, intelligence in ignorance. This further represents the unmanifested stage of the three modes of material nature. The unmanifested modes of material nature are called pradhana. One who desires to know the 24 elements in detail along with their interactions should study the philosophy in more detail. In Bhagavad Gita, a summary only is given. The body is the representation of all these factors, and there are changes of the body, which are six in number. The body is born, it grows, it stays, it produces byproducts, then it begins to decay, and at last stage it vanishes. Therefore, the field is a non-permanent material thing. However, the Kshetra Jana, the knower of the field, its proprietor, is different.
Thank you so much, Divya Mataji. So here I think we did discuss about this in the last week. Can someone confirm? I think then we can go a little faster.
Anyway, we just read the verse and but not the
No, I
purport.
think we covered till this purport, right? So all 24 forms, and then we said in Bhagavatam we have this. But anyway, so we could once again go through this because there is a connection which need to be disconnected to the next verses. Yeah. So here we are talking about the five gross elements: false ego, intelligence, and unmanifested, the 10 senses, the mind, the five sense objects. So all this together are 24 elements of this material existence. So through which, yeah, when we want to know how we are created, uh, we are created before us. The materials are created, and with those materials we are made up. So that's what is this verse Krishna is saying. And so the main points that here we see is, or what we can learn from this is that um, this body is temporary, yeah, which goes through six changes. I think that is very important take away from this verse, that for a technical person, he might want to really go in deep, understand, okay, to know what is this body made of and what is the purpose and all. And then the important thing that we need to understand is this properties of this body is that it goes through six changes. And what are they? Take birth, growth, and stay, and produce byproducts or offset of effects, decays or dwindles, and then death, mm, or perish. And uh, these are vikaras, uh, mm, or the changes that our body undergoes. That in the 13.4, this was mentioned, and here this was the detail. But then when we see the next set of verses from 8 to 12 are going to be the verses about Kshetrajna. This is what is in the purport in the end. We see that, yeah, here we see that. Therefore, the field is a non-permanent material thing, a temporary one, and then the Kshetrajna, uh, its proprietor is different. And let's try to understand what are we made of, and then what is the purpose of both of them existing in the same space, and then uh, have a discussion further. So let me see. Yeah. So I would appreciate if we, because it's 8 to 12, there are four verses. So maybe the eighth one, Parth Prabhu. Yeah, if you can read. We can't hear you. Okay. Then I saw Satvikan Navyuktan has joined. Would you like to read this highlighted text, please?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Hello,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Parth Prabhu, or who wants to read now? I think both are.
Yeah, Satigan Navyuktan.
Oh,
Can you
yeah,
read it
please
now?
read. Mm-hmm.
Um, Amanitvam Adambitvam Ahimsa Sandir Archavam Ahar Yoga Pasanam Saucham Stairyam Atma Vinigraha
Yeah. Maybe you can continue the next one.
Indriya Artesu Vairagyam Anahankara Evacha Yanma Mrityu Yaravyadi Duhka Dosanam Dosanutrasanam
Yeah.
Darshanam
Yeah. So,
Asad. Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, maybe then you can continue. Then someone else will read the
Like,
translation.
Yeah.
I'll continue from Asakir
Yeah.
Anam Vish Vanga
putra dara garhasiddhisu nithim ka samam sama sittantvam istanistop apatisu mahi kananya yogana bhaktir avangyabirkarini vivikta desa sevitvam arathir yana samsadi adayatma yana nityavam tatva yananartha darsanam yata yananam iti proktam anannam yad atho na yatha.
Yeah, nice tongue twisters, right? So yeah,
Sorry,
thank
Guruji.
you so much. No,
Can't.
no worries, no
I'm
worries. Thank you very much for reading. Yeah, that's very nice. Appreciate you. So just kind of read through that, and then someone else can read the translation purport here. Amanitvam adamditvam ahimsa kshantir arjavam acharyopasanam saucham स्थैर्यम् आत्मविनिग्रहम् इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अहङ्कारो एव च जन्ममृत्युजराव्याधि दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम् असक्तिरनभिस्वत् अनभिस्वङ्गः पुत्रधारा गृहादिषु नित्य च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु मयि चानन्ययोगेन भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी विविक्तदेश सेवित्वम् अरतिर्जनसम संसदि अध्यात्म ज्ञान नित्यत्वं तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम् एतज्ज्ञानम् इति प्रोक्तम् अज्ञानं यद् अतो अन्यथा. So thank you. And yeah, I don't know if Partha Prabhu is not ready. Someone else want to raise your hand?
Prabhu,
Yes.
I just
Ready now?
switched my device so I can read the
Yeah,
translation.
please. Yeah.
Hare
You
Krishna.
can read the translation and someone else be ready for the purport first paragraph. Yeah.
Humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of object of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth and death, old age and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest, even even mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant event, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspire to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of the people, accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever there may be, is ignorance.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I see no one raising hand. So yeah, go on with the first paragraph.
Uh, this process of knowledge is sometimes misunderstood by less intelligent men as being the interaction of the field of activity. But actually, this is the real process of knowledge. If one accepts this process, then the possibility of approaching the absolute truth exists. This is not the interaction of the 24 elements as described before. This is actually means to get out of the entanglement of those elements. The embodied soul is entrapped by the body, which is a casing made of the 24 elements. And the process of knowledge, as described here, is the means to get out of it. Of all the description of the process of knowledge, the most important point is described in the first line of the 11th verse. Mai chanya yajnena bhaktir avya
Avyabicharini.
vicharini. The process of knowledge terminates in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. So, if one does not approach or is not able to approach the transcendental service of the Lord, then the other 19 items are of no particular value. But if one takes to devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, the other 19 items automatically develop within him. As stated in Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, verse 12, Yashti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvair Gunain Tatra Samaste Shuraha. All the good qualities of knowledge develop in one who has attained the stage of devotional service. The principle of accepting a spiritual master, as mentioned in the eighth verse, is essential. Even for one who takes to devotional service, it is most important. Transcendental life begins when one accepts a bona fide spiritual master. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, clearly states here that this process of knowledge is the actual path. Anything speculated beyond this is nonsense.
Thank you.
As for
Yeah. So looking for someone who would raise. Yeah, I think Satvikam, we already read the verse, so we'll give a chance to someone. Sindhu Mataji, you could read the next two paras.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Can you hear
Yeah,
me,
I
Prabhuji?
can hear. Yeah.
As per the knowledge outlined here, the items may be analyzed as follows. Humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. The material conception of life makes us very eager to receive honor from others, but from the point of view of a man of in perfect knowledge, who knows that he is not this body,
Man
anything.
in perfect knowledge.
Knowledge, the point of view of a man in perfect knowledge, one knows that he is not this body, anything. Honor or dishonor pertaining to this body is useless. One should not be hankering after this material deception. People are very anxious to be famous for their religion and consequently sometimes it is found that without understanding the principles of religion, one enters into some group which is not actually following religious principles and then wants to advertise himself as religious mentor. For actual advancement in spiritual science, one should have to test to see how far he is progressing. He can judge by these items.
Yeah. Then we hand
Non-violence.
over. Yeah. Thanks, Sindhu Mataji. We hand over to the
uh,
next one.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, go on.
Me, Prabhuji.
No, I mean Deenath Prabhu or yeah, I think whoever's raised. I
Hare
think
Krishna,
this hand
Prabhuji.
over, yeah, if it was a live classroom, this confusion won't be there. Yeah, I could simply show you and then it's easy. Yeah, please go on,
Yeah,
Varsanjani.
Hare Krishna. Non-violence is generally taken to mean not killing or destroying the body. But actually, non-violence means not to put others into distress. People in general are trapped by ignorance in the material concept of life, and they perpetually suffer material pains. So, unless one elevates people to spiritual knowledge, one is practicing violence. One should try his best to distribute real knowledge to the people so that they may become enlightened and leave this material entanglement, that is non-violence.
Yeah, thank you.
Hare
Next,
Krishna.
Shakti Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Tolerance means that one should be practiced to bear insult and dishonor from others. If one is engaged in the advancement of spiritual knowledge, there will be so many insults and much dishonor from others. This is expected because material nature is so constituted. Even a boy like Prahalada, who only 5 years old was engaged in the cultivation of spiritual knowledge, was endangered when his father became antagonistic to his devotion. The father tried to kill him in so many ways, but Prahalada tolerated him. So there may be many impediments to making advancement in spiritual knowledge, but we should be tolerant and continue our progress with determination.
Yep, thank you. Next.
Can I read?
Yeah, please go on. Yeah.
Simplicity means that without diplomacy, one should be straightforward, that he can disclose the real truth even to an enemy. As for acceptance of the spiritual master, that is essential, because without the instructions of bona fide spiritual master, one cannot progress. In the spiritual science, one should approach the spiritual master with all humility and offer him all services, so that he will be pleased to bestow his belongs upon the disciple, because a bona fide spiritual master is presentative of Krishna. If he bestows any blessings upon his disciple, that will make the disciple immediately advanced without the disciples following the regulative principles, or the regulative principles will be easier for one who has served the spiritual master without reservation.
Yeah, next. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Can I read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can
Yeah.
read. Cleanliness is essential for making advancement in spiritual life. There are two kinds of cleanliness, external and internal. External cleanliness means taking a bath, but for internal cleanliness, one has to think of Krishna always and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This process cleans the accumulated dust of past karma from the mind. Steadiness means that one should be, yes.
If someone would like to read.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thanks, Sadish Prabhu.
Go on.
Steadiness means that one should be very determined to make progress in spiritual life. Without such determination, one cannot make tangible progress. And self-control means that one should not accept anything which is detrimental to the path of spiritual progress. One should become accustomed to this and reject anything which is against the path of spiritual progress. This is real renunciation. The senses are renunciation. The senses are so strong that they are always anxious to have sense gratification. One should not cater to these demands, which are not necessary. The senses should only be gratified to keep the body fit so that one can discharge his duty in advancing in spiritual life. The most important and uncontrollable sense is the tongue. If one can control the tongue, then there is every possibility of controlling the other senses. The function of the tongue is to taste and to vibrate. Therefore, By systematic regulation, the tongue should always be engaged in tasting the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna and chanting Hare Krishna. As far as the eyes are concerned, they should not be allowed to see anything but beautiful form of Krishna. That will control the eyes. Similarly, the ears should be engaged in hearing about Krishna and the nose in smelling the flowers offered to Krishna. This is the process of devotional service, and it is understood here that Bhagavad Gita is simply expounding the science for devotional service. Devotional service is the main and sole objective. Unintelligent commentators of Bhagavad Gita try to divert the mind of the reader to other subjects. But there is no other subject in Bhagavad Gita than devotional service.
Yeah, thank you. And I think Ramana Prabhu or Sindhu Mataji. Sorry, not Sindhu, Ramana Prabhu or Chandana Mataji. I saw you join. In case if you're there, would you read this para? You're there or not? Let me.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Namaste, Guruji.
Yeah, you can read from this.
False ego.
Okay, false ego means accepting this body on oneself, as on oneself. When one understands that he is not his body and his spirit soul. Sorry, it's a small screen, so I'm just scrolling.
Shall I make it bigger screen? You want?
No, actually, it is from my mobile. I logged in, so.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, sorry. He comes to his real ego. Ego is there. False ego is condemned, but not real ego. In the Vedic literature, Brahadha Aranyaka Upanishad 1-1:4:10, it is said, Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma, I am spirit. This I am the sense of self. Also exists in the liberated stage of the self-realization. This sense of I am is ego. But when the sense of I am is applied to this false body, it is false ego. When the sense of self is applied to reality, that is real ego. There are some philosophers who says we should give up our ego, but we cannot give up our ego because ego means identity. We ought, of course, to give up the false identification with the body.
Then maybe Chandana Mataji would like to read this part. She's not there, or
she's there, but she's just went to the kids. They're shouting from other room.
Yeah, then meanwhile, Sarika Mataji, she will read this, and later Chandana can follow. So Sarika Mataji, yeah, you can read from this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
One should try to understand the distress of accepting birth, death, old age, and disease. There are descriptions in various Vedic literatures of birth. In the Srimad-Bhagavatam, the word of unborn, the child's stay in the womb of the mother, its suffering, etc. are all very graphically described. It should be thoroughly understood that the birth is distressful, because we forget how much distress we have suffered within the womb of the mother. We do not make any solution to the repetition of birth and death. Similarly, at the time of death, there are all kinds of sufferings, and they are also mentioned in the authoritative scriptures. These should be discussed. And as far as disease and old age are concerned, everyone gets practical experience. No one wants to be diseased. and no one want to become old, but there is no avoiding these. Unless we have a pessimistic view of this material life, considering the distress of birth, death, old age, and disease, there is no impetus for our making advancement in spiritual life.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Krishna.
So is Chandana Mataji back, or we give turn to someone else? I don't know. Yeah, then we go to Sagar Prabhu. You able to see the screen?
No, Babuji, I'm driving actually. So
Yeah, I was okay, fine. Then
sorry.
yeah, it's fine. Deepali Mataji. This time I was thinking of picking names to be faster.
Okay. Shall I, Prabhuji?
I think it was Nakulna, right?
Satrikan.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe let's see others are there. If they are
Yeah,
not,
please.
then definitely, yeah. Just giving chance to everyone. Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu.
Yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna. As for detachment from children, wife, and home, it is not meant that one should have no feeling for these. They are natural objects of affection, but when they are not favorable to spiritual progress, then one should not be attached to them. The best process for making the home pleasant is Krishna consciousness. If one is in full Krishna consciousness, he can make his home very happy. Because this process of Krishna consciousness is very easy, one need only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Accept the remnant of food stuff offered to Krishna. Have some discussion on books like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and engage oneself in deity worship. These four things will make one happy. One should train the members of his family in this way. The family members can sit down morning and evening and chant together Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If one can mold his family life in this way to develop Krishna consciousness following these four principles, then there is no need to change from family life to renounced life. But if it is not congenial, not favorable for spiritual advancement, then family life should be abandoned. One must sacrifice everything to realize or serve Krishna, just as Arjuna did. Arjuna did not want to kill his family members, but when he understood that these family members were impediments to his Krishna realization, he accepted the instruction of Krishna and fought and killed them. In all cases, one should be detached from the happiness and distress of family life, because in this world one can never be fully happy or fully miserable.
Yep, thank you. Is Dwarka Vasini there?
Hare
Yes.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, continue.
Happiness and distress are a concomitant factor of material life. One should learn to tolerate as advised in Bhagavad Gita. One can never restrict the coming and going of happiness and distress. So one should be detached from the materialistic way of life and be automatically equipoised to in both cases. Generally, when we get something desirable, we are happy, and when we get something undesirable, we are distressed. But if we are actually in the spiritual position, these things will not agitate us. To reach that stage, we have to practice unbreakable devotional service. Devotional service to Krishna without deviation means where it is?
Yeah, here.
Engaging oneself in the 9 process of devotional service: chanting, hearing, worshipping, offering, respect, etc.
as described in the last verses of the 9th chapter. That process should be followed.
Yeah, thank
Naturally,
you. Yeah. Others? Hemagori Mataji, if you can.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Naturally, when one is adapted to the spiritual way of life, he will not want to mix with materialistic men. That would go against his grain. One may test himself by seeing how far he is inclined to live in a solitary place without unwanted association. Naturally, a devotee has no taste for unnecessary sporting or cinema going or enjoying some social function because he understands that they are simply a waste of time.
These are simply.
Yeah, these are simply a waste of time. There are many research scholars and philosophers who study sex life or some other subject, but according to Bhagavad Gita, such research work and philosophical speculation have no value. That is more or less non-essential. According to Bhagavad Gita, one should make research by philosophical discretion into the nature of the soul. One should make research to understand the self. That is recommended here.
Yeah, thank you. Is someone breaking your house or?
It's kid is playing next to me, baby. Thank
Yeah.
you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Next.
May I read, Prabhuji?
Yes.
As far as self-realization is concerned, it is clearly stated here that Bhakti Yoga is especially practical. As soon as there is a question of devotion, one must consider the relationship between the super soul and the individual soul. The individual soul and the super soul cannot be one, at least not in the Bhakti conception, the devotional conception of life. This service of the individual soul to the Supreme Soul is eternal, Nityam, as it is clearly stated. So bhakti or devotional service is eternal. One should be established in that philosophical conviction.
Next.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
May I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go on. No permissions required.
Yeah. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, this is explained. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam. Those who are actually knowers of the absolute truth know that the self is realized in three different phases as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the last word in the realization of the absolute truth. Therefore, one should reach up to the platform of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus engage in the devotional service of the Lord. That is the perfection of knowledge.
Yeah, thank you. Next.
Hare Krishna. Beginning from practicing humility up to the point of realization of the Supreme Truth, the absolute personality of the Godhead. This process is just like a staircase beginning from the ground floor and going up to the top floor. Now, on this staircase, there are so many people who have reached the first floor, the second floor, or the third floor, etc. But unless one reaches the top floor, which is the understanding of Krishna, he is at a lower stage of knowledge. If anyone wants to compete with the God and at the same time make advancement in spiritual knowledge, he will be frustrated. It is clearly stated that without humility, understanding is not truly possible. To think oneself God is most puffed up. Although the living entity is always being kicked by the stringent laws of material nature, he still thinks, I am God because of ignorance. The beginning of knowledge, therefore, is amanitva, humility. One should be humble and know that he is subordinate to the Supreme Lord. Due to rebellion against the Supreme Lord, one becomes subordinated to material nature. One should know and be convinced of this truth.
Yeah, thank you all. Very nice, long, lengthy. Yeah, so complete subject is this. Yeah, yesterday we were talking about what is knowledge so that we can surrender, and Krishna is declaring all this I declare to be knowledge, and beside this, whatever there may be, yeah, is ignorance. So If we understand only these, then we have understood everything that we need. How nice it is, right? We usually want, right? I want to know, I want to know. And what is the limit? If this is the limit. If we cover these, amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshantir, arjavam, acharyopasanam, saucham, stairyam, atma vinigraham. So if we go, I think, how many of you have already made a note of some of the points that were striking to you? We were basically discussing about the characters that are needed. Yeah. That's how you all found. Was it very informative or very philosophical? Satvik and Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. I don't say it's informatical or philosophical. Some information we always correlate, like 5 elements, which is always we say to ourselves, this is what God it is. So in 5 elements we see God. Similarly on our
Are the 5
body, the
elements?
5 parts.
No. 5 elements you
Earth,
see the God or yeah.
yeah, earth, fire, water, air, ether. Those 5 elements. In our own, in Tamil also we say and we talk about this and we pray as a God, these 5 elements.
Okay.
Our culture.
Okay.
So this are all we know, and
Maybe
now
some reference from where do you see this, that these 5 elements are God?
reference in the sense in our all history. It's from
schools.
from school ethics books. Like
Panchabhutam,
Mahabharatam.
we call Panchabhutam.
Yeah, Panchabhutam. Yeah, that word I'm missing.
Okay.
So from those reference, plus of course our grandfather, grandmother, they used to tell about the stories of God, from where you see, and we worship all these 5 elements.
Yeah.
Every festival.
And Krishna is specifically telling, yeah, that these 5 elements, yeah, are created by him, but he has nothing to do with them. Yeah, this Panchabhutam that you're referring, right? So all these 5 elements, and also in the previous verse we were discussing all the 24 elements are created by him, but all these are inferior, not superior. So though they are connected to the Lord, but these are inferior. Rather, in this verse, that was only kshetra, yeah, the field. Whatever we seeing are basic ingredients, but actually, which is divine, yeah, which is superior, is of nature. That's what we discuss in this verse. Yeah, the Panchabhutam, as you said, are indeed created by the Lord, but Lord is saying that that is only my means, my means of creating a nature such a way that the people, just like a field, when someone want to do cultivation, there is a field. The field itself will not produce anything, right? Unless we put the seed. The field is just lying there. Yeah. So the elements that are created are of inferior nature. Rather, next superior nature is actually what? Kshetrajna. Yeah. Kshetra is the field. Kshetrajna is the one who is the knower or who is the resident of that field. And which is Krishna is declaring it is superior. This is what we see that Kshetrajna, yeah, the person who is in that field is superior, and but he forgets himself if he associates himself with the lower nature. Just like now when the seed is inside the soil and it appears like as if seed is part of the soil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. because it is inside the soil. We see the head. I don't see any seed. Oh, it's part of it. It's part of that whole field we are talking. But this seed has the potency of actually becoming what? A plant, a tree. And this particular, yeah, by the way, thanks for bringing up this very important point that this Panchabhuta or the five elements are gross elements which we are able to see. And there are three subtle elements which are the mind, intelligence, and false ego. Manah, Buddhi, Ahankara. Yeah, these are three subtle that we can't see, but they are also there, and these are also present, which are subtle body. And above, or actually in beyond this, I would say, is the actual ego. Yeah, this is what in this purport there we would have read, right? What is a real ego? What is false ego? And without identity, hmm? Aham, yeah. Without that, we don't even exist. No, we exist. That's why there is a identity. So all these things. So cross level of Panchabhuta is the basis through which we can understand how we are made of, and how we are made of. It's not, as you rightly said, scientists have not created this earth, scientists have not created this air, scientists have not created the water. Yeah, the Lord has created. That's why we appreciate the greatness of the Lord, that He is the one behind all this five elements. But we understand from here, he is even far, far, far above and beyond just the five elements. That's what we see from Gita. I hope this adds to your understanding of the five elements.
Yes, Guruji. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But thank you very much. Yeah,
I thank you.
yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, Parth Prabhu, you want to say something? Parth Prabhu, I think do you want to say something? I see your hand raised. Or no? Anyone have any questions? Otherwise, I'll walk through the purport. We go through this because this is a knowledge, so we should definitely spend some time to really acquire the knowledge. That's why then what we will get is the benefit. Yesterday, what we were discussing in Ram Raghav's Prabhu's place, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gnanavam Mam Prapadyante Vasudeva Sama Sama iti Samahatma Sudurlabaha. Sam Vasudeva Sarmameti, yeah, Samahatma Sudurlabaha. So, um, which means if we acquire the right knowledge, then we have um, the chance of actually surrendering. And if we surrender, then we can end the cycle of birth and death. And then when we end the cycle of birth and death, what does this mean? We go back to our original state, our original place where we really belong to. Yeah. So let's spend some time to understand these qualities or the knowledge
Hare
one
Krishna,
by
Prabhuji.
one. Yes.
Prabhuji, yes, I liked that point that devotee automatically develops all those qualities.
Yeah.
Uh, doesn't have to endeavor specifically because everyone wants to develop good qualities.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing I had a kind of the question in my mind. It was one sentence that by the blessings of
Spiritual
spiritual
master.
master, without even following regulative principles,
Yeah.
they can uh, they can transcend or progress.
Yeah, they can still benefit, or if someone is already following Guru, then it becomes easy for regulative principles to follow
Mhm.
regulative principles. Sadhana becomes easy when one is under the Guru's guidance. So that is the essence of it.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So Guru's guidance, so Guru's blessings will help. So with that person, even if he is not following principles, still he can
Yeah.
progress or will come
Not
under.
progress, he gets upliftment. So we are all in fallen conditions, as if like imagine yourself that you are in uh, um, a world or a no or a place where you are in the basement and the roof is sealed. What do you call these cells? Prison cells, right? Where there is no chance of light at all. They put you in some kind of strange cells, right? Where you are
Dark,
thrown into on the
yeah.
basement. Huh?
Dark cell or
Dark cell, yeah. And there is nothing. Yeah. No light, no space to move. You just have to sit within that one small square. And yeah, but someone is just coming and opening only the grill, which can have some light inside. You're still in the cell, right?
Mhm.
It's not like, oh, someone has come and then opened the grill and then all of a sudden you are fully independent. No,
Mhm.
you're still bound. But it is
So, but
better.
mhm.
It is
So
favorable.
one can you mean come to reality?
One can come to understand that there is something beyond this. There is a hope that no, one need not suffer like that forever. There is a hope that yeah, there is another world, there is another path. That okay, by pleasing the person who has opened this grill, right? I can by pleasing him, showing my genuine interest to come out of this cell. This prisoner understands that I have reformed myself, I have rectified my thoughts, so I am suitable candidate to get freedom. So, so this is the early mercy, so to call, uh, through which one can get the favor. What do we call this? The favor of unconditional mercy that is coming from the prisoner. He need not open that grill or the ceiling,
Mhm.
but he has done it so that it gives us a hope that oh, there is a possibility to come out.
Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you, bro.
yeah, thank you. Well, but very nice point. Otherwise, yeah, once upon a time, before I think there was when Swami Vivekananda, yeah, went to the US and he was giving all the speeches. At that time, the mindset of the Indian community at that time was, yeah, why to work? Why to work when anyway fate is there? Whatever happens should happen. Anyway, if I go to temples, if I worship the Lord, then everything will be right. I don't have to do any work. So people were more kind of taking that path as a reason of not working or approaching, as in this case, right, approaching a spiritual master. If everything he is doing, why should I do something? Hmm? Yeah, it is something like if your car has no, if your bike has no fuel, someone else comes and pushes your bike to the petrol station, right? He won't keep pushing all the time. Yeah, Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay, let's go through the
There is a
few.
question in the chat somebody has posted.
Okay, can you read it, please?
It's Parth Prabhu is writing that Aham Brahmasmi is bit confusing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please tell exact meaning?
Okay, if you can speak, you speak out what is your understanding, and then we'll clarify that. Anyway, when that part comes, I can describe further. Yeah,
He
so
has
that I
written
understand.
his mic is not working.
Yeah, then he can write. Okay, let's begin with the purport, because we need to come to this process of acquiring the knowledge. After all, that is the purpose of our intelligence, to mind ourselves, to spend or give good thoughts about what is the real knowledge, what is not. This process of knowledge is sometimes misunderstood by less intelligent men as being the interaction of the field of activities. So we think the intelligence is something or knowledge is something like, how gravitational force is working, or wow, amazing, the prism, when the light is sent through this prism, then so many colors, whatever, all the colors are shown. Or if you put a spoon in a glass of water, the spoon is bent. Now I know why is the reason for it. What is this? Uh, Bermuda Triangle, so many things, and we think that is knowledge, knowing about General knowledge, right? What is this general knowledge? Current affairs is all about what? The interactions of the material world, the Panchabhutas. So if we think that itself is knowledge, we will continue to be in this world or in this kind of world in next life and the next life and next life. But actually, this is the real process is to understand this. If one accepts this process, then the possibility of approaching the absolute truth exists. Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu. As soon as when this grill is opened, when we see the light, when we try to understand, oh, there is something beyond it, and yeah, there is a hope. When we take up to that process, then when we take to this process, then the possibility of approaching the absolute truth exists. This is not the interaction of 24 elements, the material elements, earth, fire, water, ether, all the sense organs, karmendriya, jnanendriya, all. No, it's not about that. It's not interaction of how my hand is lifting, I'm lifting it, and then all. It's not about that. This is actually the means to get those elements. So it is very, hello. Am I audible? I see.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay, so this is not the interaction of those 24 elements which are of this material world, but we are talking about beyond it. Why? Because this is only a covering. Just like a car cannot do anything unless it's been driven by someone inside, or maybe some automated autonomous car, yeah, but still there is intelligence that is injected into it. And um, then in that way, this is actually the means to get out of the entanglement of these elements. The embodied soul is entrapped by the body, which is a casing made of 24 elements, and the process of knowledge. Now we should have a clear understanding what is knowledge, what is not knowledge is based on this one line. If we put this, then we understand, yeah, here. And the process of knowledge, as described here, is the means to get out of it. Of all the descriptions of process of knowledge, the most important. Anyway, so until here. So what is real knowledge or not? If we put this question and if we get the answer yes or no, based on that, we know is it knowledge or not. What is that? Is it helping me to get free from this body? If we have this question and if question answer is yes, then it's real knowledge. If not, what is that? It's only illusion. It's only thing because it's conditioning us, it's keeping us in this body entrapped. I think yesterday also we were discussing who want to have this life as the last life, and some hands raised, some not yet sure. So if we put this question and if the answer is yeah, it's freeing up, then it's real knowledge. Otherwise, Krishna himself is saying no, it's not knowledge. Of all the description, the first line of the 11th verse, Mai Chananya Yogena Bhaktir Avyabhicharini. Vyabhichari means adulterate. Avyabhicharini means unadulterated. What is that? Unadulterated bhaktir. What kind of yoga we want to practice is this kind of yoga. We want to do low. Oh, come on. I have my body has become stiff. Let me do some yoga. My mind has become lost. Let me do some yoga. These yogas are the means to make our body flexible to actually embrace the real yoga of what is that? Of identifying ourselves and acquiring that knowledge through which we can free ourselves from this. Just imagine how much trouble this body is giving us today. Do we think that in coming days, months, years, it will get even more better? It will become more difficult. What is the proof? History is the proof. And what is the effect of it, end effect of it? If we don't understand that this body is the means, just given a golden opportunity to free ourselves from the material entanglement. If we do not understand this and engage our body in that way, then this body will be given once again another golden opportunity, another golden opportunity. But every golden opportunity doesn't come so easily. Why? A soul is going to transmigrate from one body to other body, just like dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhirat sastra muhyati. Krishna is telling to Arjuna that this, just like we have experienced birth, we have experienced boyhood or childhood, we know, and then it's coming to youth and then old age, and then after that this soul is going into a different body. uh, Similarly, the soul is going from one body to another body. Luckily or fortunately or whatever you call, whatever we call, it is only we got this human form of body in which we can actually understand this process of knowledge and relieve ourselves from this entanglement. Otherwise, a dog or a cat will not think all these things. If someone have pets, with due respect, yeah, I can still say that they are not looking into enlightening themselves, sitting together like on a Sunday on a dining table to discuss the subject matter. They are just busy eating, meeting, mating, sleeping, defending. That's the only thing. Any dog and cat we see, they do only these things. Maybe they may have a colony, they may have a community, whatever we call, but God realization is possible only in this human form of life. And in this human form of life, it's very, very important that we take this message very serious, understand who we are, understand who is this, or what is this body, and how to disconnect from this. So that is real knowledge. And then, and what is the means? It's said here, yogena cha anya, ananya. Ananya means what do you call? Ananya means without second. Anya means other. Ananya means single pointed focus. Yeah, one point focus of on what? Bhaktir. What kind of yogena to attain bhaktir avyavicharini. The process of knowledge terminates in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. So if one does not approach or is not able to approach the transcendental service of the Lord, then the other 19 items are of no particular value. Whatever all these qualities, if we see someone is very peaceful, what is the use of peace when he doesn't understand what is the use of that peace? As I usually give the example of building muscles. Yeah, one is going to a gym uh, uh, day and night, reading journals, blogs, whatever, to find out how to be fit, how to have. I have a colleague who, yeah, I don't know whether he attends so many meetings, but I see him so many times in the gym. He maintains perfect body. What will the company think? Company is providing the gym for what? So that he is fit for work. It's not okay. Okay, some companies may want to give a, instead of a perk in a financial way, they want to give a gym facility. But in the end, the purpose of such a facility is to be fit for work. Either it could be personal work or professional work. So, but if the person he's going to gym, making nice muscles and packs and all those things, but he's not really working, what is the use of that? I usually tell, I mean, when the time came, this colleague and me, he was shifting his house. Yeah, he could not lift. Yeah, I mean, of course, he already had six pack by then. He used to show and say, "Hey, I have this." But when it come to his shifting his house, he was employing some people because he was not able to lift even 50 kilo. Hmm. Yeah. So we really have to understand when we are talking about yoga, we understand, yeah, the best yoga is bhakti yoga. Yeah. And what is the bhakti yoga? Is unadulterated thought focusing on the service of the Lord. That is what. Anyway, in because this purport is quite long and it will take long. If you have any question, what I'm speaking or anything anyone want to add, yeah, just if it's short, please do add or ask question that we can clarify while we are going through these 19 items, which itself will take some time. So we are talking still about the general understanding, the framework. If we have a question, whether it is good or bad to me, because I don't have knowledge, this is very simple. How will it benefit to me? Me means soul. How does it benefit that I can realize absolute truth? That is the question. We can write it on somewhere. We can see it and keep repeating until it gets a habit. If one takes to devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, then other 19 items automatically develop within him. See now how simple. Huh? We don't have to explicitly endeavor. As soon as how is it possible? How is it possible that, oh, I thought that I have to do something to get the qualities, but automatically how can they come? Huh? How can they come? In the previous example of the prison hall or prison cell, what was the example? If you show your genuine, sincere interest to come out, what is the way? The jailer or is it called the prisoner or the jailer or both? He will see, hey, this person is reformed. He want to really come out, and he is going to help out, isn't it? Hmm? Dinner Prabhu, is it jailer or prisoner or both?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
You're also lost, huh? Okay.
No
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Then who is it? I think is a jailer is the right guy, right? Who is going to take care of the prison?
Yeah, the prisoner thinks that jailer is the only guy that he can take shelter of.
Acha, so the prisoner is the one who committed crime, who is put in the jail. Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you. So that's what happens. So the jailer is always eager. The jailer has no interest to punish someone. Yeah? Is he his relative? Did he harm him? Huh? Did he harm the jailer? No. Because he has harmed others, so he was put in this jail. And the jailer is making sure that he is taken care. The food is provided, some books are provided to read, some service is provided to understand, oh, it's the bitterness of the world or bitterness of the prison. And then the jailer is helping out to reform as soon as the person shows in sincerity that I want to come out, then the jailer is helping. So here what we see is the Lord is going to provide, and how that will come later. But the good news is 19 items, 19 qualities of knowledge, they come. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 8, 5, 18, 12, Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana Sarver Gunais Tatra Samasate Surah. This is mentioned clearly that all the good qualities of knowledge develop in one who has attained the stage of devotional service. Surah, even like this is mentioned the qualities of devatas, all these highly elevated qualities one can develop. All the good qualities of knowledge develop in one who has attained the stage of devotion service. The principle of accepting a spiritual master. Yeah, that is the key. Just like this jailer is looking the welfare of this person, of the prisoner, yeah, the spiritual master, he is so mercifully he is coming. He is coming to this prison which is very dangerous. There are, just imagine there are criminals in the jail. There is all time there is a risk that they can attack, they can harm, they can assault the jailer. But still the jailer is doing his duty uh, because he has, of course, if he's really in a service oriented, he is really thinking, oh, let me protect them so that they come to their understanding, and when they come to their understanding, help them out to go out of the jail. So the spiritual master is very essential. How many of us understand this, or how many of us think no, still no, I don't know. How many of you have this question or thought that, oh, I don't know whether I need a guru? Raise your hands. Yeah, don't feel shy. Yeah, we are not publishing anywhere. It's just for us. Yeah, Satvikan. Nice. Anyone else?
I would have been raised my hand if it is same question would have been asked yesterday. But yesterday, after discussing with you, I realized that we must need a one guru.
Okay. Yeah. So one hand less, huh? No, thank you. Any others? Yeah. So let's try to understand so that we see what is the reason why we are not sure whether we need a guru. Yeah. Yeah. Satvikan, Prabhu, why do you have doubts, or maybe my question was not clear? Like the question should have been like, we don't need guru, yes or no?
Yeah,
Or
so far because the devotional part we learn from the parents, grandparents, we just follow the culture or routine.
Mhm.
We
Plus,
never thought that we should have a guru or some.
Mhm. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we all learn from every day by going to the temple, from all the priests we learn everything we learned from others, but we didn't really thought, okay, we need a guru to really follow the spiritual path.
Mhm. Learning from others means, are we not accepting them as some kind of guru already?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Your teacher and parents are the first guru. Correct.
Yeah. So, which means sometimes we don't realize that, okay, there is a guru in our life. Mm, as you said, there are different kinds of gurus already we are exposed to in our tradition, though we have not explicitly accepted. Yeah, of course, in school, if you go to right terminology, a teacher is called a guru.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm. And when it comes to parents, yeah, they have set um, a way of life, how to lead it. Yeah, and they, because they have uh, learned it from their parents and their parents, and then we were hearing Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, all these things from them. So in one way or the other, they have also given us the exposure to a taste of what is the importance of these things. Yeah, which is also in that way they are teachers.
Yeah.
And then now when we are talking about the spiritual master here, we are talking about authorized teacher. Of course, we are not denying the importance of others in our life, but we are talking about, okay, if I have a problem, um, which now we are understanding, we definitely go
Yeah.
to a spiritual master. Yeah. Why? Because he has seen the truth, and then he is going to share that wisdom with us. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshyanti te jnanam jnananas tattvadarshinaha. So here is saying that one should approach a guru. One should approach a spiritual master, and what we have to do is that we have to serve him and submissively. No, we have to submissively inquire and render submissive service to him. And then with that service, they are pleased. And when they are pleased, they are going to impart that knowledge. Why? Because they have already realized the truth. And now we want to understand, there is a teacher who is in a elementary school, and there is a teacher who is in a university in the same subject matter. Now tell me, who is very advanced?
University teacher.
Obvious, right?
No.
No, not the case.
My wife is saying not.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. That's why I'm going to understand why not. Yeah.
All are important for each and every age. You should have a right teacher.
Okay.
All are
But
equally. I
what the
totally
answer, what the answer that a elementary teacher can give? Don't you think that the teacher of a university can't give?
patience. Maybe they miss
You think
elementary
so?
teacher have a lot of patience than university teacher. I believe.
No, no. I had great professors. Yeah, they give really a lot of time if we have genuine interest. But anyway, the point is, when we talk about in terms of you have a 1,000 rupee note. Let me put this way. Yeah, then there is no subjective uh, clash. The more you have 1,000 rupees, you go to a supermarket and you want to buy milk. can you buy milk with this 1,000 rupee note or not?
Yes, we can buy.
Yeah, if the milk is €1 and then one rupee, and then yeah, you can still get it. But if you have
Yeah.
€1 note, and if you want to buy what is, yeah, not just milk
More.
but something more than €1, €1,
It's not
can you
possible.
get it?
Yeah. No, we cannot.
Yeah, Navyuktan, I mean, I don't know, are you getting this point?
Yes,
By the way,
yes.
Yes.
I don't know what's your good name. I think it's
Uttaravelu and Akila is my wife.
yeah.
Akila D.
Okay, so the names here, that's what I'm reading. So, but now I know. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Good name.
what do you say? Isn't it? Can we really buy something which is beyond €1 or €1? What do you have
No, no, we
with that?
cannot. Yeah.
But then you can still get it from 1,000 rupee very happily, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you see that in the context of who, yeah, we come across everything. Yeah, even the nature is our teacher. Yeah, from nature we learn a lot. Yeah, isn't it? The nature is teaching so many things. That's also a teacher. Only thing is it's a little passive until we are really, really, really very, very sensitive to really understand what is the message. It's very hard to our capacity to really understand it correctly. That's why we really need a guru who can really show, yes, yes, what you are thinking is right. Oh, no, this is not right. A guide or a guru is so important. Why? Because he is going to be actively telling what is right, what is wrong. Is it not so nice? Someone is there who can really tell us what are we doing is correct or wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And then different levels of teachers. Yeah, that's fine. But we are going to talk about that authorized, yeah, authentic, who has already got the stamp. Yes, why? Because he is in the disciplic succession where Krishna has told to Arjuna, then this has come to the next, to the next, to the next. Evam parampara praptam. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, 4:2, Evam parampara praptam ivam rajarshayo viduhu sakaleneha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. Krishna is saying that to Arjuna that this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita I have given already to Sun God, and Sun God has given to next generation and next generation and next generation, but somehow this knowledge is lost, and now I'm refixing it now through you. So again, there is another disciplic succession. Krishna is saying, Karpanya doshopahata svabhava. Prachami, no, Arjuna is saying, Karpanya doshopahata svabhava, Prachami tvam dharma sammuda cheta. So I am saying, Arjuna is saying, I have become miser. See, just imagine, human life is so precious, but we don't want to spend. Is it not misery?
Yes, Guruji.
Human life is so valuable that we are given this intelligence for doing great things. But what we are doing is we are spending so miserly that no, agar if I give it, then I don't have anything to spend. No, Lord has given this, and to understand this real knowledge. And Arjuna is saying, I have lost my composure. So far, I have been thinking fighting is sin. I'm thinking killing relatives is sin. I'm thinking there is no happiness if I kill. I'm thinking so many things. I have lost my mind. I have become kripana from a we know Brahmana means one who is very generous, and kripana means one who is miser. Hmm. So Arjuna himself come to that understanding. How many of us are admitting that? Huh? We are not thinking that we are misers. No, we are really misers because we have got that key in our hand that we can open the doors to eternity. But still, what we are doing is we are thinking, oh, shall I do it or not? Raman Prabhu, yesterday we were discussing, if we do, what will happen? I am scared. If it goes more deeper, then what may happen? After all, we are given to go deep. That is the purpose. Karpadnir doshopahat svabha prachami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. I have so many dharma sammudha cheta. I have so many questions about what is right, what is wrong. Arjuna is saying. And then what is saying? Yashreyasam shan nishtitam bruhitanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. I am now accepting you as my guru. I am accepting myself as your shishya. Now imagine Krishna and Arjuna, we only know from Mahabharata stories, we may know him as friends, relatives. Here, Arjuna is declaring explicitly, I am nothing but your servant. I am nothing but your student. When Arjuna is there, did Krishna say, no, 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 no need of all this relationship? No, he didn't say. He shows that there is a very, very important aspect of a guru in our life. And actually, the Gita is starting from there. After Arjuna understood that I have to become a disciple, I have to become a student, there is no teaching. Krishna was just laughing the whole chapter. Whatever Arjuna was speaking, right? He was, oh, what is this? What has happened to my friend that he's thinking all this? He's lost his mind. He said, what kind of Kshudram Hridaya Dorbalyam, what kind of impurity or what kind of disease you have that you are not able to see things? This is what in the second chapter he says. And the first instruction that Krishna is telling to Arjuna is what? Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara. You are thinking that you are this body. Come on, forget about that. You are not this body, you are the soul. Just like a body, you are changing your dresses. Similarly, the soul is also changing the bodies. How profound. First, if we can understand from there, we can already start having our journey into the real knowledge. Unless we have a guru, how can we expect that our eyes can be opened? Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana salakaya chakshurunmilitam jnana tasmai shri gurave namaha. A guru is so important that unless a guru is there, we can't open, we can't even see what is the reality. Just like our eyes are blind, someone has to open our eyes, put that ointment, anjana. We know amurta anjan. Anjan is what? A medicine that can cure. We have ajnana timirandhasya. Agyan. The ignorance is so uh, tivra, so much. Timirandhasya. I am blind with that agyan. Jnananjana. What is that? My spiritual master has opened my eyes with that torchlight. What is the torchlight? Jnana. Jnananjana. Jnananjana Salakya. Chakshurun Militam Gena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama. Let me offer my respectful obeisances to that spiritual master who has opened my eyes and with a torch of light and moved from ignorance. Isn't it so wonderful? Akhilandeshwari Mataji. Yeah.
Yes, Guruji. Yes.
Yeah. So it's so important in our life that yes, we appreciate everyone who has contributed to give us a vision, but that doesn't mind that, okay, I can survive, I can navigate through this journey with whatever little piece of knowledge I'm getting here and there. No, we really need a guru who can really open up our eyes, give this intelligence, knowledge, and then feed us, and then, okay, we are ready to fly. Just imagine that, okay, with some bits and pieces of knowledge, are we going to fly a flight? No, we need proper training. Aren't we going to a right school where we are going to learn that? After learning, then we are actually flying. Otherwise, it's hopelessly dangerous, right? Yeah, thank you. By the way, so I mean, I don't know. This is what Krishna is saying. Sagar Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Just want to add one thing because I had actually a similar confusion based on the discussion that we are having around, right? So the caveat that we have right now is with the language that we are using, right? So that's also one of the important things that we'll have to consider. In Sanskrit, there are actually many words, whereas in
teacher.
English, we just, yeah, exactly. In English, there is just one word, which is teacher. So the actual meaning of teach, or let's say the right word for the teacher is actually adhyapak, who just gives us information. And then there are several steps to it. As you go on, the person who actually imparts knowledge is upadhyaya. The person who imparts skills is actually acharya. The person who gives a much higher knowledge is actually pandit. And then finally, the person who actually enlightens us, right, who takes us in the direction of that ultimate goal, that person is actually the guru. And I guess that's where most of the people get confused, where do we really need a guru? Yes, I guess there is no question or debate to it. I guess everyone would need a guru, but I think the confusion comes is the things that we keep learning here and there, or the information that we get from our teachers, they are all actually either adhyapaks or upadhyayas or pandits, but not gurus. And for us to get enlightened, we need guru.
Yeah, very nicely said. Yeah. So guru has become such a small thing these days that we see somewhere, right? Hey, guru, give me a cigarette. As if to just get some favor, we say someone great, na? For that also people use guru. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Sagar Prabhu. Yeah, Shakti Priya Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I understood the significance of having a guru in our life, but my question is, how do we find our guru? And should the guru be living currently, or for me, I consider Yogi Ram Surat Kumar as my guru. I just have that connection. It's just my feeling. So how to find the guru, and how can I be sure that he is my guru?
Yeah, you can approach him. Submissively serve him. Yeah, and then he will enlighten you with his knowledge. Yeah, and then you can serve him and continue. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what Krishna is saying. Yeah, but very important is that see whether so and so guru is in the disciplic succession. That's very important. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, there are 4 sampradayas, and if anyone belongs to these 4 sampradayas, then you are safe. If not, then at least I can't say. At least Krishna is saying that if one is coming in this sampradayas, that then very importantly, Guru Parampara is very important. If someone opens up some, he might be enlightened, he might be empowered, but every assurance is given when he belongs to the Parampara. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One question, Prabhuji. I mean, many sampradaya came from those 4 sampradayas. Are those also like authentic, like Bhattacharya Sampradaya?
So very important, very important question. Yeah, when we talk about more detail into this is, so how do we know that the other the sub branches of the sampradayas, how are they thriving? Yeah, how are they apt to the time, place, and circumstance? How adaptive they are? How adaptive can we be part of that? If, for example, Sampradaya is saying that, okay, you come to the hill tip of, no, not tip, what do you call the base of a tip and then you come here and do join our ashram, and in the ashram, we have every morning and evening sessions of yoga, meditation, and all. Let's see. I mean, it might be very, very powerful, but how practical can you be? How adaptive it can be. And and then there are some I think when Sagar Prabhu was telling this came to my mind, that when we are seeing, we should also be able to see the results, right? Then, for example, some schools would have started very, very soundly, but afterwards, the school is not able to deliver. Then do we want to try there? Do we want to go there? What do you do? There is a problem.
Yeah,
This
will not pay.
Upasampradaya. Because of this Upasampradaya, there can also be Apasampradaya coming. What does that mean? We call ourselves to be part of that Upasampradaya or Sampradaya, whatever. But because I am not following what I'm doing, I'm creating another Sampradaya, though I am putting a name and plate and whatever as under this. But because I'm not following, how can we call that as Sampradaya? No. Sampradaya means representing. Pradaya. What is that? Good. Some Apasampradaya means not representing. So representing or not representing is not just based on the board that is on the top of the institute. Is actually how soundly is one following it to date. That's what we see 500 years back when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was there. There were so many, like 13 Apasampradayas, they were there, and then he had to show that these sampradayas are not following. So some other person will come and show that, okay, these sampradayas, they got diluted. They have diluted the philosophy. See, achar and prachar should happen. Both should happen. Yeah, when Sagar Prabhu was mentioning acharya, this is very important. Acharati iti acharya. It's not that someone is going to tell something and do something. Acharyati iti acharya. When we call someone as acharya, then he is showing by doing. He is telling by showing. So in that way, we all see that he is actually not just telling some high philosophy, but he is not doing it. No. So many apasampradayas are coming just because of this. They can speak very, very flowery, high philosophy that we can't even understand, or they dilute it so simple as if like, oh, I can do it, and but there is no result of doing it. Just time if I say you, yeah, if you drink milk, yeah, no, so if you drink water, you get same strength as drinking milk. Yeah, you may believe me and you may drink water. What is the value? Will you get the same strength as milk? No, right?
No.
You won't get. So what I have done, I have diluted the philosophy. I have diluted. Why? Because that way so many people will come to me because it's easy peasy, right? When it's so easy, people will come. But the results are also coming. That won't come. Why? Because just imagine the person who is saying to drink water, he's not drinking water, he's drinking milk. Or even for him, he may not even get the milk, I mean the high quality that he himself cannot do achar, but he might do only prachar. What is the value? It's a hollow. Just imagine baking a cake with no substance. You can see very nice four walls. As soon as you cut the cake, there's only a hole inside it. Will you enjoy it? So we have to really be very, very, very careful because we don't want to be cheated. How many of us don't want to be cheated? Raise your hands. I'm sure everyone will raise hands. We don't want to be cheated. Obvious. And how much time do we have? Do we have unlimited time? We have very limited time. So it's very, very safe to approach that who is coming in the disciplic succession. Yeah, if you see in Bhagavad Gita, if you have got the book right, yesterday, Ramana Prabhu, you have seen, you can start seeing how this knowledge has been coming to date, Srila Prabhupada, how it is presented. This whole disciplic succession is given right from Krishna. And then this is first thing. The second thing is how vibrant it is. Yeah, it is spreading happiness all over. It is spreading the right knowledge to everywhere. It is very practical. People who are in the UK, people who are in the US, people who are in America, who are in Pakistan, doesn't matter. They don't have to just flood India with running in and finding. Just imagine if everyone is coming to India, the caves won't have space. No. It's very practical. Wherever we are able to practice. That's how the acharyas will enable the same knowledge. Just now imagine The purport that we are reading, if you would have read only translation, would we appreciate this translation of this verse so much? We would just think that, "Hey, these are some qualities. Okay, I think I'll try some. If I get it, it's okay." No, we understand that guru is required so that we can acquire these qualities. Yeah, Hazrat Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
So
Yeah.
it's very easy. If we want to make it complicated, it can become so complicated that it will be just out of our hands. Huh? Now, if I want to find, no. I think ISKCON, maybe because of a lot of publicity, maybe some people even think, hey, ISKCON has a lot of money. Because of that lot of money, they are doing all these things. No, other organizations, they don't have money. Otherwise, they are also very, very sharp. And, yeah, you want to try it out. Yeah, life is very short. Be careful. Yeah, if we really want to try and error is quite risky. Even if we try and if always we are successful, itself will take us good way. There's a long way to go. To just get these qualities is not so easy. If we just still want to explore, find our own way, no, we are lost. That is the reason we need a guru. Finding our own way is very dangerous. Just imagine yourself stuck in a forest which is deadly with lot of animals, wild animals, snakes and beasts and all these things. And now in this forest you are alone and you want to go out of it. Akhilandeshwari Mataji, how do you do it? Isn't it very scary? Very scary. We want someone who just shows us the way, a guy who is a forester or a person who is there who can show us, a local guy saying, yeah, God, you take left, right, you will see a small lake, and after that lake, if you go forward, you will see some big hill. After crossing the hill, you will find a small path that is going to a village, and this village is well protected. Yes, we do it. Okay. Yeah. We'll stop here. Maybe taking one last question, or anyone want to share? How was it today? What session can be next week? Based on that, we can plan. But we have just started to read the purport, and it has a lot of substance in it. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, yeah. The only thing I wanted to add is, usually on the pure material platform in our day-to-day life, there are so many things, right from school, education, job. People just take whatever it comes. Like there is an experiment at school. Nobody will question before the start of the experiment. They just go to the laboratory, perform the experiment, get results, get scores. Same thing happens in university, same thing happens in job. But here in spiritual platform, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna clearly says, okay, follow my instructions.
Yeah.
So there are so many things on material platform. We just take it, like parents deploy their children in good schools so that they have a hope that they will learn, grow up, get a good job, get married, settle in life. So our current, in the material platform, the current level of thought stops there. But on the spiritual platform, especially in Gita, I still remember, I think a couple of months ago, His Holiness Keshav Maharaj, I think it was an interview in UCL London, where Maharaj was saying that, Krishna has given a set of instructions. Be a part of this experiment first, and then we all will realize.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things in material platform, we just take it, we don't question. Even in university, we go through the subject, we read it, we ask questions only after reading the subject, or at least going through it. But as you said, Prabhuji, yeah, I mean, sometimes there is this barrier in people's hearts that they may think, oh, what is this spirituality? What is the spiritual platform? But Bhagavad Gita, so simply illustrated by Krishna.
Yesterday I was telling to Raman Prabhu that, yeah, we think that, oh, this is devotion, this is spirituality. I'm telling that is a step later. Yeah. At least all this Gita and these, all this for to understand ourselves. We're not even understanding God. It is just we are
Yes,
trying to
Prabhu.
understand. So even if we don't invest time to understand ourselves, then what are we doing?
Yes,
That's
Prabhu.
what we have been going round and round, yeah, because we don't know who we are. That's why we are serving so many people around the world. Yeah, whether it could be our own family, our own body, our own community, the country, patriotism, national, international, whatever, all this serving other. But what are we doing to ourselves?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Nothing, nothing. We are thinking that we are part of it, so let's do it. Others are doing, let's do it. And yeah, our family and friends, they are doing, our parents, they are doing, our extended family, they are doing, let's do it. No.
Yes, Prabhuji. And I think Krishna, I think in 15th chapter.
And one thing, yeah, one more thing is, yeah, whatever our parents would have given, this is a kind of appetizer, rather than we should not think this is the whole meal. Yeah, if
Yes,
we
Prabhuji.
have got the fortune to hear Ramayana, if we have got fortune to hear Mahabharat, yeah, they would give us a storyline. They will explain, some morals, but that's not everything. That's only appetizer to understand that, oh, there is spiritualism in our life, which is very, very important to really be free from ourselves from these clutches. So we have to really take to a really technical course, right? If we really
Yes,
talk,
Prabhuji.
just a teaser or a trailer, if you see, oh, it's very nice, but I don't want to see the movie. No, we have to see that, so that then I mean, I'm not telling about movies of the world. I'm telling about even Ramayana. Yeah, we took 4 years, right? Four years, Sindhu Mataji. How much time? 4 years of time to go through whole Ramayana. That still was short. Now just imagine how much to learn from that. We didn't even go to the next step of Mahabharata when Ramayana itself took 4 5 years to go through it. And now when we're talking about, we are very nicely going through Bhagavatam. If someone is interested, most welcome. Yeah, every Saturday 7:30 we are going through did I say Ramayana? No, we are going to Bhagavatam every Saturday 7:30. There's a lot, lot, and that's why we need a guru. When we have a guru, then we know, okay, yeah, we don't want to undermine the importance of so many other things that are giving us the knowledge. But are we surrendering to that everything? No. Guru is the one whom we surrender. When we surrender to Guru, we are getting blessed. When we are getting this blessing, then we are advancing. So it's a whole process. Yeah, sorry. Dinath, we were saying something. I took this.
No problem, Prabhuji. Yeah, I mean, it was, I mean, in 11, I think in 11.55 verse, I mean, Krishna clearly says that if we have mental speculation and if you are attached to fruitive activities, then you cannot understand me. So I think because of this mental
We remember
speculation.
yesterday. I don't know. Did you join this session?
Yeah, I was. I heard the Q&A part and the verse, Prabhuji. In between, we missed, but yeah, I mean, we heard the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, we were talking about the empty cup. Yeah, so we have to really clear it so that we can really take it what we want. Yeah, so that's what I just said. Speculation is filling the cup with all unnecessary stuff.
Yes,
we have to
Prabhuji.
empty it. Yeah. Thank you, Shakti Priya Mataji.
Very great session today, Prabhuji. I'm a little emotional now. So
oh my God.
I'm kind of
sorry.
No. It's about Guru. Like this thought was there in my mind for a very long time, and it's kind of fixed today that Yogiram Surat Kumar is my Guru. So just sharing my experience, it's like the very basic thing is having faith, and we don't have to follow some things religiously because Our lives are different, our circumstances are different, our priorities are different. So just have that faith and keep yourself open to the things that's coming to your life. And for the, and of course, love and faith is the basics. And just do any little thing we can do for our Guru, for our Lord, then he will show the way. And yeah, I've actually shared this to Radhika sometime before, that even your name was unique to me, Sudama ji. And yeah, my Guru, he stayed in my, the house he stayed was Sudama. The name of the house was Sudama. So I somehow see that connection. Like, I've been in Germany for so many years and I never came across spiritual associations in this 12 years. And yeah, and I knew about Yogiram Sarat Kumar and Ramana Maharishi since 1.5 years, and he showed me the path. So some, of course, there are great things explained in Bhagavad Gita. That's like the next level. First, you have to keep yourself open, have that faith, and do very little that you can do, and yeah, miracles happen. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I think I like this analogy that you gave of milk and water and the importance of selecting the right Sampradaya and Guru. And in fact, if I could also reflect back on Ramanujacharya's life, right? We had somebody called Yadava Prakasha, who was also probably he was I cannot say he was his guru, because the comparison he gave to Lord Vishnu's eyes from the Upanishad was terrible. I can't even tell about that comparison he gave, that really made Ramanujacharya worried and start searching for answers elsewhere. So I think the Sampradaya is very, very important, and whom we take as Guru, because we have some issues in life, we go and somebody speaks something philosophical, we immediately get attached. But I think, as you mentioned, Sampradaya, Guru Parampara is very, very important. I think that was a very Hare Krishna.
Yeah, there are these 4 Sampradayas. Yeah, Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, and Sri Sampradaya. Yeah, so anyone coming in this who are still maintaining their Sampradayas in the sub Sampradayas, right, is all fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, we belong to this Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Vaishnava Sampradaya. Yeah. When we really want to know who is ISKCON really coming under that, yeah, this is the Sampradaya. So Madhvacharya. Yeah. Okay. Then thank you so much, and I wish you a nice week, and happy to see you again soon. Vancha kalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shukta Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.